Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Essence of Success channel and video. I'm so glad that you are joining me today. Today I'm doing a quick video on remembering Colin Powell. He was a great man and always will be in my book, and I'm sure in many others. Be sure and hit the subscribe button right there and the like button and the bell that you don't miss a video. I know I haven't done them in a while, but I needed to come forward about Colin Powell, because he meant a lot to me, even though he was a Republican. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. Whoever does the best in the job is who I'm for. But he was a man to be remembered. Colin Powell was a trailblazing military commander and the first black Secretary of State, y'all, whose career was defined in part by America's two wars with Iraq, and he died yesterday. Powell was 84 years old. He was born in New York City to Jamaican immigrants, served 4 U.S. presidents, and rose, rose to become the first African American and the youngest chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the nation's highest ranking military officer. He died Monday at Walter Reed National Medical Center. His family said he was fully vaccinated against COVID-19. We have lost a remarkable and loving husband, father, grandfather, and a great American, Powell's family said in a statement. The news of his death rippled across the country, sparking an outpouring of grief, praises for his decades of public service. Colin embodied the highest ideals of both warrior and diplomat. He was committed to our nation's strength and security above all. Powell served 2 combat tours in Vietnam before climbing to the ranks and overseeing the first Gulf War in 1990-1991. Y'all remember that? When American Allied forces drove Iraq's invading military from Kuwait. Powell's distinguished military career was later tarnished by his tenure as the nation's chief diplomat when President George W. Bush Jr. led the United States into the Second Iraq War in 2003, based on faulty assertions that Saddam Hussein's government had weapons of mass destruction. Powell later called that a blot on his career. Powell retired from the military in 1993, but returned to public service in 2001, this time as the nation's top diplomat, tapped for the post by President George W. Bush. Although he never made the switch to electoral politics, because he was asked to run for president, of course, as a Republican, but he said no, and I think most of it was due to he didn't want to put his wife through all the challenges that were going to come before that to run as president. Powell became increasingly outspoken about his own beliefs and increasingly disenchanted with the Republican Party. In 2002, Powell endorsed Democrat Barack Obama for president ahead of his historic victory. In 2008, Powell endorsed, history. I think he is a transformational figure, Powell said. He is a new generation coming to the world stage onto the American stage. Powell said in announcing his decision, he said the GOP had moved more to the right than I would care to see it. In 2019, he argued the party needed to get a grip of itself and change course. He said last year that he would vote for Joe Biden in the 2020 election, calling Trump dangerous for our democracy. Leaders from across the political spectrum mourned Powell's death and remembered him as a man of integrity who broke racial barriers. And that is a remembrance for Colin Powell. Thank you for listening and watching.